Uh, in today's complex business environment, entrepreneurship takes many different forms. So, understanding these different types helps us recognize that entrepreneurial thinking can be applied in various contexts, not just traditional startups. Okay, so let's explore two major categories that have become particularly important in the modern economy. First, we have corporate entrepreneurship, also known as intrapreneurship. This is the process where organizations or individuals within organizations actively pursue opportunities without being constrained by currently owned resources. In other words, it's about thinking and acting entrepreneurially within existing companies. So corporate entrepreneurship has several key characteristics. It involves innovation within existing structures, finding ways to create new value while working within established organizations. It requires resource optimization, so making better use of assets and capabilities that the company already possessed. So making better use of assets and capabilities that the company already possesses. And it involves a risk taking within a corporate framework, so being willing to experiment and try new approaches even when success is not guaranteed. So even success is not guaranteed. Okay, so let me give you some concrete example of successful corporate entrepreneurship. So Google's famous 20% time policy allows employees to spend 1 day per week working on projects outside their main job responsibility. And so this policy led to the development of Gmail, Google News, and many other successful products. And 3M has built its entire culture around innovation, encouraging employees at all levels to experiment with new ideas and solutions. So the Post-it note product is now a global staple, emerged from this kind of internal entrepreneurship. Samsung also has it. Samsung operates internal venture program that allow employees to develop new business ideas with company support, so leading to the creation of several successful new divisions. Okay, so we are moving on the second major top type, which is called social entrepreneurship. So this is the process of identifying, evaluating, and exploring opportunities that bring social change and value creation rather than just profit maximization. Okay, so rather than just profit maximization. So social entrepreneurship focuses on several key areas. It emphasizes social problem solving, addressing issues like poverty, education, healthcare, and environmental degradation, like that, poverty, etc. And it involves community development, so building stronger, more resilient local communities. Also, it pursues environmental sustainability, so creating solutions that protect and restore our natural environment. Restore. And it advances social justice initiative, working to create a more equitable and fair society. So some powerful examples of social entrepreneurship include the Grameen Bank, which pioneered microfinance to provide small loans to people without access to traditional banking. So they provide small loans. So this innovation has helped millions of people start small business and escape poverty. So help their poverty and small business. And Tom's shoes, it's well known. It's very popular in Korea a few years ago. So Tom's shoes operates on a one-for-one model, where every pair of shoes purchased results in a pair being donated to someone in need. So Teach for America recruits recent college graduates to teach in high-need schools, addressing education inequality while developing the next generation of educational leaders. So, what's important to understand is that these different types of entrepreneurship are not mutually exclusive. So, many successful organizations combine elements of both corporate and social environment entrepreneurship, finding ways to create economic value while also addressing social and environmental challenges. The key insight is that entrepreneurial thinking, the ability to identify opportunities, mobilize resources, and create value. So I'm gonna write for it. So entrepreneurial thinking key insight is that the I'm gonna write with the blue color to identify opportunity and mobilize resources and create value. So it can be applied in many different contexts, as whether you are working in a large corporation, starting your own business, or trying to solve social problems, the fundamental principles of entrepreneurship remain relevant and powerful. Okay, so let's move to the secrets of business revolutionaries. So throughout history, certain individuals have stood out as true business revolutionaries. The people who did not just succeed in business, but actually changed how entire industries operate. Understanding their approaches gives us insight into the practical application of entrepreneurial principles. Okay, so let's start by recognizing the innovation heroes who have shaped our world. In the Renaissance period, we had figures like Leonardo da Vinci, mhm, and whose inventive mind created designs centuries ahead of his time. Galileo, who revolutionized our understanding of the universe, and Gutenberg, whose printing press democratized knowledge and communication. The industrial era brought us Thomas Edison, whose systematic approach to invention created a modern research and development process, and Henry Ford, who revolutionized the manufacturing with the assembly line, and Walt Disney, who created entirely new forms of entertainment and built a global entertainment empire. In our digital era, finally, we've seen Steve Jobs transform multiple industries through elegant designs and user experience, and Richard Branson built a diverse empire while maintaining a rebellious customers focused brands, and Jeff Bezos creates the world's largest online marketplace while pioneering cloud computing. So, what connects all these revolutionaries across different eras? They all follow the four key innovation principles that we can learn from and apply today. The first principle is challenge stereotype. This means questioning conventional wisdom and establish the norms rather than accepting them as unchangeable facts. Throughout history, the biggest breakthroughs have come from people willing to ask what if questions that challenge the prevailing assumption. So Copernicus asked, what if Earth is not the center of the universe? This question led to complete revolution in astronomy and our understanding of our place in the cosmos. And Martin Luther asked, what if church doctrines are wrong? This challenge led to Protestant Reformation and fundamental changes in religious and social structures. And Steve Jobs asked, what if phones could be computers? This question led to the smartphone revolution that has transformed how we communicate, work, and live. The practical application of this principle involves consistently asking what if questions about your industry and market assumption. It means challenging industry assumptions that everyone takes for granted. Often, these assumptions persist simply because no one has questioned them recently, and it requires looking for alternative perspectives, particularly from people outside your industry who might see opportunities that in these insider miss. The second principle is growth trends. This means recognizing and leveraging emerging patterns before they become obvious to everyone else. So history is full of companies that succeeded or failed based on their ability to recognize and respond to trends. In the winners column, we have Amazon, which recognized the e-commerce trend early and built the infrastructure to dominate online retail. So, and Apple grabs the mobile trend and created a product that defined the smartphone and tablet market. Netflix saw the streaming trend coming and transformed itself from DVD by mail service to the world's leading streaming platform. So in the losers column, we have Blockbuster, which missed the streaming trend and stuck too long with its physical rental model. Nokia dominated mobile phones for years. but missed the smartphone trend and lost its market leadership. And Kodak invented digital photography, but failed to cannibalize its profitable film business quickly enough to maintain relevance. So current trend that smart entrepreneurs are tracking include AI, artificial intelligence, which is transforming everything from customer service to medical diagnosis. The Internet of Things is connecting devices and creating new forms of data and automation. Blockchain technology is enabling new forms of trust and transaction processing. Yes. And the sustainability movement is creating opportunities for business that can solve environmental and social problems profitably. Okay, so the third principle is utilize resources. This means creatively combining existing resources in new ways rather than always seeking new resources. So Google provides an excellent example of this principle in action. The company started as a search engine, but instead of staying narrowly focused, it used its core technology infrastructure to expand into multiple areas. For example, Gmail, using its data management capabilities, created maps using its information processing power, acquired YouTube, and integrated it with its advertising platform, built Android using its software development expertise, created Chrome to better control the user's web experience, and developed cloud services and AI platforms using its massive computing infrastructure itself. Okay, so the key questions for applying this principle are: what existing resources can we recombine in new ways? This is a key question. And how can we apply our current capabilities to new market or problems? Often, the most innovative solutions come not from creating something entirely new, but from combining existing elements in ways no one has tried before. The first principle is understand your team, but in this context, the team means also your customer. This principle emphasizes putting customers at the center of innovation rather than focusing primarily on your product or technologies. Amazon's philosophy perfectly captures this approach. If you don't listen to your customers' voice, you will fail. Mhm. But if you only listen, you will also fail. Mhm. This means you need to deeply understand your customer, but you also need to anticipate needs they don't even know they have yet. The key customer-centric questions are: what unresolved problems do the customer have that they might not even articulate clearly? What unmet needs exist in the market that current solutions don't address? And what do customers desperately want but assume is impossible or too expensive? So these four principles work together to create a comprehensive approach to innovation. So challenging stereotype opens your mind to new possibilities. Grasping trends helps you time your innovations correctly. Utilizing resources enables you to execute your ideas efficiently, and understanding customers ensures that your innovations create real value for real people. The most successful entrepreneurs don't just apply one of these principles, they integrate all four into their decision making process and organizational cultures.